Hey everyone, it's Keela here, and today I am sharing a process video for Scrap Squad. For anyone that doesn't know what Scrap Squad is, it's a Facebook group run by myself, Jill, Rebecca and Zoshi. And we started the group in May last year. And every week we post a new Scraplift as inspiration, so all the members on the group join in, and it's great to see all the different takes on the Scraplift that we've picked. Yesterday Scraplift 16 went up, so I'm using that one as inspiration today. Now this one is definitely one of my faves. I love hand stitching. I know hand stitching isn't for everyone, but there is lots of different ways that you could do, this layout. You could do it without stitching at all and maybe cut the letters out of pattern paper. If you've got a digital die cutting machine, you could use that to cut something out. There's lots of different ways that you could do it, but I love hand stitching, so straight away I knew I was definitely going to be stitching on mine. And so far what I have done is I printed off my letters. This is something I used to do a lot before I got my silhouette. So I printed them off and used those as a template to poke holes around. I then stitched around the letters and then did some of like the string type stitching through the centres, not really thinking too much about it, and I just went for it, and this is how mine turned out. I've attached some pattern paper to each side of the layout. Now this does make my page feel a lot smaller than if I hadn't have done this, but in the original Scraplift there was some, I think it might have been washi, but there was some pattern strips down each side of the page. So I still wanted to include that, even though on my page, because I scrap in A4, my pages aren't as wide. I've also, the collection that I am using today is the Cocoa Vanilla Unforgettable collection. I've been really busting this collection this year, trying to get it all used up. It's just way too gorgeous to be just sat in my stash, so I've been really trying to use it. And the photo I'm scrapping today, which I kind of wish actually that I'd done a photo of Darcy today because it's Darcy's birthday, but I'm scrapping a photo of me and TJ. Now photos like this are quite rare. He's 8, he's going to be 9 this year, and it's quite hard to get him to take photos full stop, so to get a nice photo of him and me together are very rare. And I love this photo, even though the story behind the photo is he was off school sick. I think he might have had a bit of a dicky tummy or something like that, nothing too serious. And when TJ's feeling under the weather or he's feeling tired, that's when I tend to get my snuggles off him. And we was just snuggling, watching some TV. He was off school and it was just me and him at home that day, and it was nice. Even though he was off school unwell and he was feeling a bit under the weather, it was really nice to spend some quality time with him on his own, and it was just me and him, and it was really nice. So it was definitely a photo and a story I wanted to scrap. And even though this collection is quite girly, I felt if I stuck to the blues and the greys and the blacks, and add a few of, I'd say, the more feminine touches, because I'm in the photo. So I count the butterflies as the feminine touches for myself. I'm obsessed with butterflies, and I have fussy cut the butterflies in this collection countless amount of times. It's really helped make the collection stretch that little bit further. I'm now back in my photo, and normally I do, if I'm going to do a border, I'll do a white border, but I decided, because there is some black on this layout, I was going to do a black border around this one. And plus the papers that I've chose to back the photo also are white. There's a white one with black polka dots, so I thought it just tied it all together. And I've distressed the edges of those. I'm messing about with a few embellishments. I've pulled out ones that I felt would work well with the colours I'm using on this photo. There's these little banner tab pieces. I did want to try and use them. The colours matched perfectly. In the end, I think I ended up using just the blue one. And there was a perfect little spot just above TJ's head where that fit. And I've used my tiny attacher, which is something that I got for Christmas. And I've only used it a handful of times so far. But I absolutely love how that looks. Now I know why, what all the fuss was about with the tiny attacher. Now I've got one of my own. Again, just playing around with some embellishments. I thought I'd try this arrow, but I'm not really keen. So I'll take that off. I'm pulling out some Bramble Fox here. I've only got a small collection of Bramble Fox, but it is part of my stash that I would like to grow over this year. And I really like this arrow, and actually TJ was in the room when I was recording this video, and he's like, you should have it pointing towards me, Mum. So it got moved and it's pointing towards TJ like he requested. And I'm just slotting in a few little bits and pieces. Like, these tickets don't really mean anything. We weren't going anywhere that you needed tickets. We were just sat at home, but I thought I'd give that a try. I'm not sure if I do include it in the final one. I think I'm just fapping a little bit more here. What am I doing? Doing something pulling some word stickers. I was just trying to see if it needed something in that spot just between the arrow and the butterfly, and these word stickers work perfectly. And I'm going to commit to some of these embellishments, popping them up on foam. Some I glue flat, and as always with my butterflies, I add a little bit of tape in the centre and some foam squares on the wings, just to make, just to give the illusion that they're kind of flying on the page. I'm going to do this bottom cluster here. I didn't mention that I'd also pulled some of the phrase stickers off that were part of this collection. Now I had the word this, and I thought, what am I going to use the word this on? And it worked perfectly for this layout. And I used another one of the black hearts, which in fact I used two of the black hearts, which I think I'm running out of those now. Like I said, I'm really busting through this collection, but the butterflies, the fact that you can fussy cut them, they're on a white background as well, so then you leave a nice white edge around the butterfly. Really does help this collection stretch further. I think paper wise, I think I've got one full sheet left. And I think that's actually a full sheet of the butterflies. So I'm not sure whether I will half that and have some of the lovely florally pattern on the back, and half of it butterflies to fussy cut. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But I do intend on using it all up this year. I'm just going to pop these word stickers on. And that they say, don't forget these days. And I'm just peeling the backing off the Bramble Fox perspectives and adding some glue on those. Now these are perfect if you're just needing something else to add to your page, and it's always good having a look through to see which ones I've got and what will work with the layout that I'm doing. I did add some gems and enamel dots, which you can see there in the close-ups. Thank you everyone for watching. Please do check out Scrap Squad if you haven't already. Thank you, bye.